going to take you live now to Cape Town, where the Home Affairs Minister, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, briefing the Portfolio Committee today on preparations and readiness to open borders. You'll remember that 20 of the country's ports of entry were closed in January due to the increase in COVID-19 infections. So what transpired today? Here's eNCA reporter Aisha Ismail. Aisha, good afternoon to you. So what's the top line here? Are we ready to open?
Well, according to our Minister of Home Affairs, we are ready to open our land borders. And as you said, those land borders and ports of entry were closed to try and help curb the spread of COVID-19. And as we saw over the festive season, those visuals on people coming through from our neighboring countries, and Beitbridge being the center of attraction, and some people even referring to it as a humanitarian crisis, where we saw people collapsing, we saw a whole lot of congestion, and according to the Minister of Home Affairs, plans are in place to try and stop that from happening again. Now the plan is, Jeremy, to reopen our ports of entry, our land ports of entry on the 15th of February, but of course we still need to hear from the National Corona Command Council to make that announcement official that the borders will be open then. But we did also hear from the acting commissioner of the Border Management Authority. Let's take a listen to what he had to say about our state of readiness and what the problems were that caused the congestion earlier at those borders.
We also had discussions with the Zimbabwean authorities yesterday. The matters that were raised were the fact that we should align our curfews, and they have made a commitment to deal with the issue of fraudulent COVID certificates and illegal crossing at the borderline. They also agreed to our request to ensure that everybody that crosses from Zimbabwe into South Africa, they get their passport processes. Because what has been happening in the past was that when the volumes of people become higher, some of our neighbors will open the floodgates for people to just walk in. We spoke to them yesterday. They have committed that they are going to work with us in terms of agreeing as to how many numbers of people to push across and wait for our authorities on our side to process people to ensure that there's seamless movement.
But Aisha, the congestion is not confined just to the Beitbridge border, is it?
No, it's not, and it's for this reason that the Minister of Home Affairs, as well as the Acting Commissioner for the Border Management Authority, said that they were also speaking to our other neighbours, and including Mozambique, where they were saying that people are coming in to the country illegally. And also the other thing, Jeremy, that was mentioned, that our Minister of Home Affairs was saying that while we did have sufficient Home Affairs officials and even sufficient SAPS officials on duty at our borders, he did say that the health department, or rather Port Health, did not have enough people on duty to deal with the to check COVID-19 certificates and also to administer the COVID-19 tests. Now we also heard that if one looks at how much people had to pay to come, to get these tests in Mozambique and even into Zimbabwe, it was just a fraction to have a test done in South Africa. And for that reason, there were not enough health authorities on duty to administer and to conduct these tests. But let's take a listen once again to watch what the Acting Commissioner had to say.
We will be having discussions with the Mozambique authorities tomorrow to discuss similar issues, and also the issue of the illegal crossing point in Bozini. We also had discussions with the Cross-Border Road Transport Agency to try and ease the current pressure at the truck holding station and better utilization of the Kilometer 7 holding area. CBRTA would also deploy a queue management system at the holding area from Friday this week.
Jean Ravele is the Acting Commissioner for the Border Management Authority, reporting from Aisha Ismail.